All right, thank you so much, Tony. Well, on a day of big stories, this one is likely to make national headlines. Marion County deputies think this bucket holds the remains of a teen they say was killed in a horrific way. In all, dive teams found 3 buckets after hours of searching a lime rock pit in Ocala. That's about 30 miles from the home of 53rd Avenue in Summerfield, where deputies say Seath Jackson was lured, beaten, shot repeatedly, and then his body burned. 6 people are charged. The youngest, just 15 years old. Local 6's Lewis Bolden has more.
Crime scene investigators spent the day sifting through the backyard of this house, the backyard where detectives say 15-year-old Seath Jackson's body was burned after he had been beaten and shot to death.
The details is gross.
Neighbors still can't believe it happened.
You don't expect that here. This neighborhood, everybody knows each other.
Detectives say 15-year-old Amber Wright, who once dated Seath Jackson, lured him to the house on 53rd Avenue in Summerfield Sunday night. Jackson was with his friend Brittany Jones when he got a text from Amber asking him to come over.
He's like, no, I probably won't. I was like, well, don't go home tonight. And he was like, I will. And then he came here anyways.
18-year-old Charlie Eli and 20-year-old Justin Soto live in the house. Kyle Hooper was there too. But detectives say it was Michael Bargo who came up with a plan to kill Jackson, and the others allegedly helped pull it off.
Heinous. I don't know what else to say. It's horrible.
When Jackson came over, 2 people beat him, and Bargo allegedly shot him 4 times. Then the group put his body in a bathtub to try and stuff him in a sleeping bag. According to the report, they realized he was still alive, and Bargo allegedly shot him again. Detectives say then they took the body to the backyard to burn it.
Typically, it takes a long time and a lot of heat to burn a body completely, so it was burning for several hours through the night into the morning.
27-year-old James Haven allegedly helped Bargo dump the remains, which detectives believe they found in a lime rock pit Wednesday afternoon.
I couldn't believe it. I didn't know anybody was that sick to do something like that to a 15-year-old little kid.
All of the suspects are charged with first-degree murder, except for James Havens, who is charged as an accessory after the fact. Reporting in Marion County, Lewis Bolden.
Set on fire. 6 people are in custody, all allegedly tied to a horrific murder plot.
The suspects range in age from 15 to 37. Each faces a first-degree murder charge in the death of 15-year-old Seath Tyler Jackson.
West 2's Gail Pasco-Brown reports dive teams were used in the all-out search to find Jackson's remains. She has the late-breaking details.
Investigators are still on the scene collecting evidence here at the Summerfield home where the teenager was murdered, but earlier today they found some other evidence. Marion County Sheriff dive teams have located all 3 buckets believed to contain the remains of 15-year-old Seath Tyler Jackson. This is one of them. Investigators are searching this abandoned lime pit on State Road 40 in Ocala. The Bellevue teenager was killed inside this Summerfield home Sunday night. Friends have already set up a makeshift memorial for him. Deputies say Seath Jackson was beaten, shot multiple times, burned in a fire pit, then his remains were shoveled into 3 5-gallon paint containers. His family is devastated.
I love the boy, and I truly miss him, and I really wish it wouldn't have happened to him. 6 people, including 2 minors, were arrested and charged with murder, including Michael Bargo, who deputies say recruited the others to kill Jackson.
I mean, there was obvious dislike between Bargo and Seath Jackson. How they got to that point in their lives, that part I don't know.
Some people that were mad at him over a girl, and that's why all this took place.
15-year-old Amber Wright, who friends say was the victim's ex-girlfriend, was arrested, and so was 16-year-old Kyle Hooper.
The original report came in concerning Seath Jackson that he was either run away or he was missing. Well, when that report hit the media, the kid, Kyle, mentioned to his mother, he's not missing. He's dead.
Investigators say 37-year-old James Havens III was aware of the plan to kill the teenager. He allegedly assisted in the disposal of the victim's remains and gave the lead suspect, Michael Bargo, a ride to Stark to avoid capture.
Honestly, they deserve to be in there, and I hope they never get out.
Meanwhile, friends of Seath Jackson have left this, some kind words as well as flowers and teddy bears in his memory. I'm Gail Pasco-Brown in Summerfield for West.
This is Channel 9 Eyewitness News at 6. Coverage you can count on. It was just a teenage breakup.
But it ended in a murder so brutal, detectives said they'd never encountered anything like it before. And right now, they're still searching for the victim's remains. They say 15-year-old Amber Wright lured her 15-year-old ex-boyfriend, Seath Jackson, to a house where her suspected new boyfriend plotted to kill him. New this hour, Channel 9's Nancy Alvarez has the Facebook conversation exposing how contentious their relationship was.
You can tell by their grief. 15-year-old Seath Jackson was loved by his friends and family. Carrie Williams' kids were close to him, and she was with his parents when detectives broke the news of his murder.
It was really hard. A bunch of his friends were over there, and it was just the look on his parents' face was just horrible.
Detectives say Seth's ex-girlfriend, 15-year-old Amanda Wright, lured him to this house with text messages about wanting to get back together. She is one of 5 people accused of torturing and murdering him after he arrived.
He was beaten about the head with some wooden object. He may have been hit in the head with an axe handle. He was shot once. He was able to break free. He was tackled. He was shot once again.
The motive behind the violence is something everyone is struggling to understand. Their only clue, Seth's Facebook page and a series of messages between him and his ex-girlfriend filled with profanity. He accuses her of cheating. She writes, "You continuously write expletive about me." Seath posted, "I said I was done with you and you should be done with me." Then Amber posted, "It takes a real man to accept the fact that he got broke up with." An online argument that may have fueled a vicious murder.
Kids fight all the time. How could you go and murder somebody, premeditate a murder like that?
Here outside the home where the murder happened, a memorial continues to grow. We went by the house where Seath lived with his parents, where he was homeschooled, and where he was their youngest child. A neighbor told us his parents were just too devastated to speak to us. Reporting in Marion County, Nancy Alvarez, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
And detectives say the 37-year-old stepfather of 2 of the suspects knew about the plot, did nothing to stop it, and then helped the rest of the group dispose of Jackson's body in paint buckets at a Sumter County lime quarry. Dive teams spent the day there searching for the rest of Jackson's remains. The 5 other suspects are charged with first-degree murder, and again, investigators say they planned it together and not one of them tried to stop it.